now, live. Broadcasting live on StarWorldWideNetworks.com. It's time for The Real Deal. Join the ambassador and special guest hosts as they put together great guests and honest commentary on a range of issues. But one of their main topics will be preserving Native American tributes in sports team nicknames. Also avid fans of music and the arts, and they'll always make time for a great song or two. Now, it's time for The Real Deal. Here's your host, the Ambassador.
Happy New Year, and welcome to The Real Deal, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the famous Star Worldwide Networks in the Camelback Towers, beautiful downtown Scottsdale, Arizona. And yes, we are definitely off the reservation. With me tonight is my producer, Kyle Pratt, the son of the famous Dave Pratt. Say hello, Kyle.
Happy New Year, Ambassador.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you and your family. And my co-host from Hong Kong is here with me, Maggie. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, anyone.
That's good. Maggie is a guest, an artist. She's a jeweler, and she'll be exhibiting this month, actually, at the Phoenix Symphony. And you can also see her jewelry at jewelryscottsdale.com, or you can find her on Twitter at hashtag Hong Kong Sugar. That's her. We got a special guest that's going to be on tonight with the Smart Community Exchange, Tana Toronto. She's going to be on here in a little bit. And the New Year went well. Went to some great parties, man.
Did you?
Yeah, went to some really good ones, huh, Maggie?
Oh, yeah, it's excellent.
Yeah, we went to one New Year's Eve. It's called the Gatsby Estate.
Gatsby. Sounds fancy.
Yeah, and it's down here on Camelback Mountain. And it was a Tuscan house. It was all Italian architecture.
Yeah, we have that. That's our house.
Yeah, right, because you guys your mom's Italian.
Yeah.
And so we went there, and there must have been 500 people there.
Really?
Yeah, it was the bomb. Whew. It was really good, and three bands or disco. It was really neat. It was just an awesome party, and we went to some other really neat Christmas parties, didn't we?
Yes, Champagne.
Yeah, we went to Dr. Champagne's home.
Dr. Champagne.
That's his name.
That's a good name.
Yeah, he's originally from Louisiana, and he moved out here and retired, and he lives over in a gated community over by the Hilton on Lincoln.
Okay.
He lives back in there, and his name is Lloyd Champagne. So,
Lloyd Champagne.
Yeah, he's going to come on our show one of these days, come in and sit with us. Just interesting man. And what was really funny was when Maggie first met him, she didn't know his last name was Champagne. And so we pulled up to the guard gate, and the guard comes out and says, who are you here to see? And I says, I'm here to go in and drink champagne with Dr. Champagne. And the guard gate laughed. And then Maggie found out his name was Champagne. And said, how you get a name like that?
The New Year we stay to his home, and also it's his birthday. And then he not even celebrate his birthday, and you cut the cake for me.
Yeah, I did. I forgot it was his birthday, and there was a birthday cake there. And Maggie says, "Boy, that cake looks good." And I said, "Well, have a piece."
Hey, all for grabs.
Yeah, right. So Maggie had the piece of birthday cake. That was funny. Excuse me, I got a cold, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, thanks to our sponsor, Grace Propane, with offices in northern Arizona. Please buy propane from Graves. John and Susan Graves, friends of mine for a long time. And Humate International, Humate. That's my company, and we produce minerals for organic agriculture, and we ship them worldwide. And then, of course, our other sponsor, Swisher Air Conditioning. They donate a unit to a low-income Native American family every month here in Arizona. And that's about a $10,000 deal. And don't forget to download the new app. That has all the bells and whistles.
Yep, and your listeners can find it on iTunes as well. If they don't like using the app, either one you can catch and listen to the replays.
And then we have that SoundCloud, right?
And now you have SoundCloud, yeah. So listeners can also find you on SoundCloud.
Right.
So
I seen Wendy. She was getting her and Ed. They were doing live here today with cameras.
Oh, with Facebook.
I guess.
Live?
Yeah. I seen it. Mm-hmm. Facebook Live, and I was watching it.
It's a new thing.
Yeah, it come out really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do? Just hit the live button on Facebook? And
you hit the live button on Facebook, and it's pretty much, I mean, you've had guests here do it before where they videotape themselves going live.
Yeah, I seen that, yeah. Oh, and I want to thank Waymore, the Waymore Outlaws. They sent me a package here. It was here when I walked in here tonight, and I said, "Whose is this?" They said, "It's for you." And this is the grandson of the late, great Waylon Jennings. And they're listening, and thank you for the gift. And they are coming to be on this show in February. They're booking a date to come in here, and they're going to be on the show. And then they're going to be singing some songs just like we did with Billy Don Burns here a couple weeks ago.
It's a good show.
Yeah, and then Waylon's grandson sounds just like him. I mean, if you close your eyes and listened to him sing, it's just exactly like his grandfather.
It should be a good show.
Oh yeah, and they'll get some gigs booked around here, so we'll go see him.
Awesome.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Okay, we want to thank our listeners all over the country, Native Americans, non-Native Americans. I want to thank our listeners in the local channels, like Jamie Soretta, Channel 3, 5, and 15, that listen to our show. Of course, the American Indian Center of the Great Plains in Kansas City, Missouri, is listening. Johnny Leonard and I are principals there. Now I want Peter McDonald, who was the former chairman, chief of the Navajo Nation for many years, and he's also a Navajo Code Talker, and he's the president of the Navajo Code Talkers. He's going to say something to our audience and especially our listeners up on the Navajo Nation.
Yate shas toy sezane setelke shije the neshike no kliniki o shidi Peter McDonald dashne aska hat zahon slobet ani bashin ado tsakad ne dashnal ashi dashche todich ini eba esetta shada halya kododi anini eba hanne no kodoy ambassador Dennis Yellowhorse niji yaltijo yolwol akoda nini be edeba hanne the real deal wol yo jo koy hashine land ne says yadal lahada ba lahab lahadal no die do kot eda ebni na hada kisigi kodo the real deal no yahal negi da nini jo edeba honne Ako ikena aslagi sto banda yolni to banda notra Graves Company William la shibe da no Sunday da jo kodo kwishi without di ikena asla kodo kwichi na long kodo hiji yati.
Thank you, Peter. You can listen. We did 4 shows it'll be a year ago next month, back to back. And they're archived, and you can go listen to them. And he was here for about 2 weeks. So Kyle and I got him in here to the studio, and we taped them. And we call them our golden bundle. I mean, they're the best shows we've done. Mm-hmm. And he talks about growing up as a young Navajo and how he enlisted in the Marines and how he got to be a Navajo code talker, and then how he worked for Howard Hughes. And then he left Howard Hughes and come home to the Navajo Nation to help his people. And it's Peter McDonald, M-A-C, capital D-O-N-A-L-D. They're really good shows, and you can hear it directly from him. And there's only about, I think, 13 of these guys left because they're all, 89, 90. He's the youngest one, and I think he's 89 or 90. And so, but he's still got a sharp mind, and I'll tell you what, so what I told you in the conference room, if Donald Trump was smart, he'd tap into him. And he's for Trump. He's totally for Trump. And he run the Navajo Nation like a CEO, just like Trump would. And he really show Donald Trump the ropes.
Yep,
he would be a good one. So now I want to go to my other associate, Mark Burr. He's out of New York and Washington, D.C., and him and I are principals at J. Stryker, which is one of the market makers in Manhattan. And Mark has been all over the world. He speaks several different languages. He's very fluent in Spanish, so he's going to say something to our listeners in Spanish.
Claro que sí, don Dennis. Nuevamente, bienvenidos a nuestra audiencia de hispanoparlantes y a todos nuestros patrocinadores, Graves Propane de Flagstaff y YouMade Internacional de Gallup, Nuevo México, y a todos los radio oyentes a través de la nación y del Real Deal y nuestro anfitrión, el embajador.
Thank you, Mark. Now I want, Maggie has a lot of listeners in Asia that listens to our show, in Hong Kong and in China, and she's going to say something to them. Maggie, if you would, please.
Thanks, Chief. Thanks, Chief. 其实这个节目是说美国印第安人的历史文化。Western Post 访问所有美国印第安人，他们都喜欢 Western Redskin Kindergarten Chief 这个名字。但是有的花园要改变这个名字，这里是王马先生为了保护这个名字，他本人做出了好大的贡献和支持。我们依次期待每一位的参与和支持。这里是王马先生，还有出售有机土壤叫优美，如果有需要打我美国电话6025151073。我们这个节目是for Donald Trump 住在美国的华人，我们都喜欢 Donald Trump. Thanks so much, Chief, for having me on Real Deal. That is such my honor.
Oh, thank you, Maggie. Yeah, Maggie tells them, why I started this show, because of the names of the teams were under fire by this fake Indian halbreeder, this no good scum, name changers. So that's why I started it, and I'm going to keep it going because we're out here to tell the truth, deliver the message. And Star Worldwide, we ended up here. It's just fortunate that we run into the Pratt family because they're the real deal in the radio biz here. And Dave Pratt is a visionary, and he started internet radio. And I wasn't even sure a couple years ago what the hell that even meant until I wandered in down here, and we hit it off really well. And he says, "Hey, Chief," he says, "you got to have a show here because you're fighting a good battle." And he was a Washington Redskins fan. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, him and my mom, right in the 80s, all the way through everything. Yeah, he has Redskin jerseys. I sent you an ornament when we were doing our tree. He has Redskin ornaments. Yeah, they love the Redskins.
Yeah. So it was just a draw of the luck. And so we hit it off really good. And we've been here working it, and we become really close to the family. And Star Worldwide, this place where I'm sitting right here right now at the Camelback Towers, is the largest, fastest growing internet radio station in the country. They got 200 shows, 6 million listeners. Kyle, tell them who's number one.
The Real Deal's number one.
That's right. Okay, thank you. You can sit down now, please. Thank you. And that's because of all the teams that honor Native Americans. And we want to thank them and the fans of the teams like the Kansas City Chiefs, Washington Redskins, Golden State Warriors, Atlanta Braves, Cleveland Indians, Chicago Blackhawks for listening and honoring Native Americans by using the names. And it's like I said many times on this show, these name changers from back east, this halbreeder fiend that wants to change the names of the teams, and the teams told him to go to hell. And thank God you got a guy like Dan Snyder, because he told him to go jump in the lake, that they ain't changing the name no matter what. And we call him the gatekeeper. That's Dan Snyder. And because what they're doing here, the long-term play, is, in my opinion, is social and cultural genocide to Native Americans. This is exactly what was done in Germany to the Jewish people. Burn the books. Get rid of the race. In 100 years, Native Americans will just be Americans, and this is a phony civil rights scam, and then they can take their land and do whatever they want to and their resources. So that's why this show is very important, and that's why I got to get sponsors to stay on the air. So what we're going to do right now, before we go to our first guest, is we're going to take a short break and play a song for you.
Listen here.
Okay, we're back. Well, that girl can sing.
Oh, yeah. She's got a good voice.
Yep, good voice. A girl ain't a good girl no more.
Yeah, I never heard of that band. They're good.
Yeah. See, Maggie, I told you.
Yes.
Okay, well, how many days till Trump gets in?
Got 16 days?
16.
Today's the 4th, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, 16 days.
Yeah, I talked to Mina today.
Yeah.
And her and a bunch of people were going, and they're the ones that got me invited to go back there. But anyway, times are gonna be good. Look at the stock market. I mean,
oh yeah,
people are excited, man. I never heard so many people saying Merry Christmas this year.
Oh yeah. Well, I went out of my way to say Merry Christmas.
Oh, me too. Last night I was up listening to Elvis Before Noon up in North Scottsdale, and there was a guy that's sitting next to me, and he wants to come on the show, and he's a retired cop from Pasadena, and he moved here to Scottsdale, and he said, I can't handle California anymore. He says they're just completely nuts, and he said they're like a bunch of commies out there, and they got all these gun laws, and he said all of the police are supporting Trump. That are retiring or leaving. They're throwing in the towel, and a lot of them are moving here.
Well, yeah, because they know Trump has their back.
Yeah, he has their back, and he said that's why I want to come to Arizona where it's a free state. I mean, we can say what you want to say, and totally different than California. Isn't that amazing? It's just right over the border.
Well, I mean, it is kind of crazy that we're so close, but yet it's complete black and white.
Yeah. I mean, it's just insane, and the people that they elect, like that Nancy Pelosi and them.
No.
Oh my God.
She's nuts.
Yeah, totally. But anyway, it was really nice to meet him. And then there was another guy there. I always wear my Redskins jacket. And this other guy walks up to me and he says, Redskins, all right. And he said he was from Falls Church, Virginia, which is a suburb of Washington, D.C. And he still is a big-time Redskins fan. And we talked a little bit, and I gave him a card and told him about the show. And he's the food and beverage director for Hilton Hotels. Yeah,
it's crazy the people you meet.
Yeah, and I like wearing the jacket because people
strikes up conversation.
Yeah, they'll want to know why I'm wearing that jacket. And I say, well, I'm the ambassador. That's why. Yeah. And so then it leads into the show and all that stuff. So that was really cool. Good. But anyway, we're gonna. Several months ago, we were guests by the lady that's going to be coming on here in a little bit. She's with the Smart Community Exchange in the city of Orlando, and the World Trade Center of Orlando had a function for business people and to show off Orlando, Florida, and we went over there, and they wanted us to come and they wanted us to do our show there, and we did. We pulled it off, didn't we, Kyle?
Yeah, we did it remotely, and it turned out great. Yeah,
the Hilton Hotel, or Hyatt Hotel, I'm sorry, gave us a room and to do the show, and we had all these people there, and in the room, and we pulled it off, and it worked out really well. And they want to do the same event here in Phoenix, so we're going to do that sometime this year.
That'd be great.
Yeah, and then I told them to come, make sure they're here on a Wednesday, and then come in here and do the show live with us.
Definitely, that'd be great. Have them in here.
Yeah, so that'll be good. And then the people from Finland, I was on a conference call with them for almost 3 hours yesterday. They're the guys, the Bright Charger guys.
Yeah, I remember them.
Yeah, and they Tana and I are going to be their vehicle to market these chargers for them here in the United States, and they're coming on. They want to come meet me, and I told them to book it on a Wednesday so they can come in here. They're going to come in a couple months to
get a full house.
Yeah,
going.
Be on the show, so that'll be great. So they love our show too. In fact, they want to do a real deal charger. They want to put the logo on one of their chargers.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I say okay, put it on there. Yeah, that'll be nice. Okay, I'm going to take another short break. We're going to play a song, and then we're off to Orlando. Kyle, fire up the Real Deal Airlines. Okay, we're back. Now my next guest is Tana Toronto. Tana, welcome back to The Real Deal.
Well, thanks. Hope you had a great holiday and Happy New Year. And
yes.
Happy New Year to all your listeners.
Yep, thank you. Tana has been a friend of mine for many years. Nice lady, and her heart's in the right place. How's Mina doing?
She's doing great. She said, tell you hello. I just talked to her a little while ago.
Good. Well, I told you earlier that I was on the phone yesterday for 2.5, 3 hours with all the guys from Helsinki.
That's great. Yeah, they told me they were talking with you, and they're very excited about coming out there, and real excited about launching Bright Charger with you. Yeah,
it's exciting. For our new listeners, when we were in Orlando, I met these people from several people from different parts of the world, entrepreneurs, inventors, and Mina was telling me, as well as Tana, that the number one country in the world for education of its citizens is Finland. Number 2 is China, and number 3 is South Korea. And we're like number 29 or 30. And so I'm with these guys every night, and we're at cocktail parties and hanging out, and we're getting to know each other. And I asked him, I says, what makes you guys so smart? And he says, well, we have business people. We associate ourselves with business people. We elect business people. They have business acumen. And I didn't realize until Tana was telling me how many different inventions that had come out of Finland. And these guys have invented this Bright Charger, and it's a phone charger. I guess you can charge iPads and stuff, right, Tana?
You can, any USB device.
Right.
It's pretty amazing.
But this is the only device in the world, and these guys patented it, where it's smart enough to know when your phone is charged and it shuts off, so it don't burn up your battery. And if it shuts off, that means it's not using electricity. And these guys have figured out this, and they patented it in all these different countries. And they told me what shocked me yesterday. Kyle, do you know how many phone chargers there are around the world?
Oh man, I can't. Yes,
4.5 billion with a B.
Yeah, that sounds ideal. Yeah.
4.5 billion phone chargers. I mean, think about it.
Everyone has a phone.
Yeah, everybody has a phone charger. I mean, you can be.
It's a part of you nowadays.
I mean, look how many people's in China. They all got phone chargers, but they're all like our phone chargers. Mm-hmm. You got to go take them out of the socket, or they just stay on.
Yeah.
They're using electricity. So these guys have developed a phone charger that will shut off. You don't have to unplug it. It'll tell you when your phone's charging. It'll just automatically shut off. And that's pretty cool, huh, Tana?
It is, and the other cool thing is it has a light that changes colors. So if you happen to be across the room, or you can walk by and know when it's charged, and how many of us we have to go constantly check the phone, to see how far along it is.
Right.
This not only shuts off when it's full, but it has an indicator light so you know that it's charged.
Exactly.
And I thought that was a really great feature also.
Yeah. So they're excited. I'm excited. You're excited. So it's going to be, 2017 is going to be an interesting year.
It will be. And, again, they're one of many great innovations coming out of Finland and out of Europe that are wanting to enter the U.S. marketplace. So it's great that we have a vehicle not only to help them do that, but then with your great network to be able to promote it for them. I think that's great. You've got so many wonderful listeners around the world. It's going to be a really great thing for a lot of these new innovations that want to get their story out.
Yep. Tell our listeners a little bit. I know some of them have heard it, but tell our listeners you did the conference, there's Smart Community Exchange in Helsinki, right?
We did. That was after the one we did in Orlando. Then we went over to Helsinki and had a wonderful conference there at the World Trade Center in Helsinki, and beautiful facility, and had a lot of great participants of entrepreneurs from multiple countries, and we actually had several of them send greetings on your show from Helsinki in multiple languages. So that was exciting.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah.
And then after the event, we've had a chance to stay in touch with several of them. So we did similar to what we did in Orlando. We had the conference during the day, and then we had one-on-one meetings and connections in the afternoons. And a lot of times our meetings would run well into the night. I mean, you know, I said, hey, we've got to take a break to eat because we were just getting so much opportunity and so many business connections. But we've stayed in connection with a lot of those companies, and several of them have an interest in now coming in through the U.S. Gateway with us, and we're really excited about helping some of those new innovations get discovered here in the U.S.
Yeah, and you know the new administration that's coming in is going to just be totally pro-business, and they're going to change.
Absolutely.
They're going to change the tax code to make it more fair and less regulations for people to come in, and as an incentive to get people to come in.
Well, and I think people don't understand the challenges that foreign businesses have on launching in the U.S. The expense is very high, but we have a unique way of doing business here, and it's not like you just come into the country and automatically get business. It's a very competitive marketplace, and here we're very, very pro-marketing, and we do a lot with social media and advertising, and it's all about connections here. So it's so different that they do need that, you know, that entrepreneur network that they can plug into in the United States, or it can be quite costly. So, unfortunately, there's some amazing innovations all around the world that we don't even know about here in the U.S. So we're trying to make it a lot easier for them. And between the new administration and some of these new resources we have through the Gateway that we're providing in Orlando, we're going to be able to smooth that a little bit and create a bridge, making it much easier for international companies to enter the U.S.
Yeah. They were telling me the gentleman from Singapore that they talked to about taking Bright Chargers into there. He was very excited because this could be a total game changer. You know, could you imagine?
Well, it's going to be it's a really unique thing that. Different than what's on the marketplace, and it's not proprietary, which a lot of the chargers you get, you know, will only work on an iPhone, or it'll only work on a Samsung, or it'll only work on an Android, you know, and that's what we get with our phones. And even if you go to the big box stores, that's what you get is something that works just for your phone, but this works with USB devices, so you can still use the part that plugs into your phone and fits your phone, and then use the USB part in the Bright Charger, so it makes it very versatile for all your devices.
Yeah, those guys are smart, man. I was totally impressed with them, and nice people.
They are. They're very nice guys and absolutely brilliant, and that says a lot too for the education system in Finland. And we got to meet a lot of the people involved in education. We're actually going back there for a big education event in May, and hopefully taking some of the U.S. educators with us when we go over there.
Right. No, that's great. What you've done, you and Mina have done, is just absolutely commendable. You know, you guys have really blazed the trail.
Well, thank you. We think it's important that there is a tie between education and business. Mm-hmm. And that's sort of a new concept in Europe. They don't do that. They're two totally separate things. Here in the U.S., we've been able to do that a little more efficiently. But entrepreneurship and education is critical because most of the time you don't get entrepreneurial education in school. You get the basics. And then when you come out, you don't have the skill set to be a business owner. And that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to partner in those early years and create STEM education, which is the science, technology, engineering, and math, and hopefully bring our scores up in the world, but also partner us with other countries so that our young kids have an opportunity to understand international business, do joint projects, learn about business as part of their basic education, and then they're more prepared when they get out to be a part of the international workforce.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's really good. Are you going to have any other events in the near term that we can come to?
Well, we're going to be definitely having the event for education in Helsinki. We're planning to have the event with you either probably late spring or early summer. We are planning an education event probably for Atlanta in late spring. And then we have a 100-year celebration for Finland. A lot of people didn't know this, but this is Finland's 100-year anniversary.
Really?
And so we're doing centennial events with Finnish-American businesses all throughout the year. And as you know, my business partner, Mina, is the current president of the Finnish-American Chamber of Commerce, and she's also the president for the Scandinavian American Foundation of Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So we're planning lots of partner events to do that celebration all throughout the year. And, of course, part of that celebration is for Mina and I to introduce lots of great new companies from Finland to the American audience and hopefully bring them into the U.S. marketplace.
That's wonderful. Well, I definitely want to get you guys out here to Paradise Valley in Scottsdale, even if it's just for a long weekend, so we can strategize and figure out what to do, how to do it, when to do it, whenever you guys can put it, get your schedule together.
Well, we definitely want to do that, and we want to think about some of the great tours that we can take them on, because you remember we went on some really fabulous tours in Orlando, mm-hmm. and then we took them on some great tours in Helsinki, because it's all about, strategic locations and partnerships and connections. And so I definitely want to take them out to Gallup to learn more about Humate and learn about your business there, and then definitely learn about the opportunities with the Native Americans in the West, and then talk about what we're doing in Kansas City. And I just found out today there's a big conference coming up in May in Kansas City that is going to be with the Department of Energy. So that might be something that we want to be a part of and have you get engaged with also. Right.
Yeah, when we go to Gallup, we'll definitely do the Window Rock tour in the Navajo Nation. And
that would be wonderful.
Yeah, because it's only like 20 miles from Gallup. And we'll go out.
We need to start planning some of those.
Yeah, we'll go out there, and I'll set up some appointments with some of the directors of economic development and tourism, mm-hmm. and that type of thing. So we can talk business with them, because they want to do business. And that's as I tell everybody, the unemployment rate out there is 50%.
Well, and if we can bring some new technology and manufacturing out there, and maybe do a warehouse fulfillment center or something like that, that puts a lot of people back to work, and there is funding available for us to build some projects like that. So I think together we should really discover some opportunities that we can put the people to work and create new education opportunities and fund the education, and I think it'll be a great strategic alliance.
Yeah, and then I can reach out to the economic development people here in Maricopa County, the city of Phoenix, city of Tucson, and get them plugged in.
Well, and we've got some people that are wanting to participate also from Las Vegas and from the
Las Vegas
and LA area. So.
Right. No, that'd be good. So we'll get that nailed down here in the spring, and then tell the gentleman that they're converting the hydrogen.
Right.
You said they're going to have a conference out here in June.
Well, they're looking at a conference, and they also wanted to invite you to come out and visit again, because I think you weren't available the day that we went to their lab.
Right. Yeah.
I think they wanted you to come and visit, and they're real excited. They're going to be launching very soon also with that project. And then we've also, don't you also have some new smart community developments going on near you?
Mm-hmm. Well,
so we'll have to get those engaged also.
Yeah, Tana, what was the name of that town they're building outside of Orlando? Where the lake is?
Lake Nona.
Lake Nona, that's right. That was incredible. Yeah, that was incredible.
Well, they're building a lot of those around the country now, and that's what Smart Community Exchange, that's what we're really about, is identifying those smart communities and then introducing them to the smart technologies that we're uncovering. So it truly is, the exchange is truly an open network for people that have projects or people that have products or that are looking for projects and products to get together. And we even have a LinkedIn group called Smart Community Exchange, and our Facebook page and our website, smartcommunityexchange.com, and then people can learn all about how they can get engaged. And then, of course, our Nordic Exchange is very fast growing right now with the Nordic American Business Exchange. So those are all things that people can use to keep in touch with what's going on. And we have our newsletters and everything. So we definitely want to keep people informed.
Yeah. Do you have a link at your website on Lake Nona?
We actually do. We have some information about the tour that was there, and we have some links and there's some great pictures, I think, that have been posted down here, and a lot of those pictures where we went on the tour at Lake Nona.
Okay, it's Nona, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
and it's right by the Orlando airport. So
right.
There's a lot of celebrities that live there, and they live there because it's close to the airport, but they're also developing a huge medical facility. They've got a sports facility and one of the top training facilities for tennis, and they're getting ready to put a lot of other international sports training facilities there. So it's going to soon be a really big go-to place.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I was totally impressed. I mean, this place, Kyle, is like modern. I mean, everything. They're building this city, and it's a small city, probably, half as big as Scottsdale, maybe. Mm-hmm. And everything is green and all the bells and whistles.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, and I mean it's so high tech that when you drive up to a parking garage, they can tell you how many parking spaces are left. You just don't drive in there. It's
all those little things like that would make our lives so much more simple.
Yeah,
but we don't have.
Yeah, and I mean that was just one example.
Yeah. And
there was many, where it was just incredible. It blew me away.
Yeah.
Lake Nona, Nona.
Mm-hmm. And there's going to be just so many more that we're going to be able to announce this coming year of things that are going to just blow people's minds. It's just amazing what people have come up with and the great innovations that people have discovered, but they just need someone to help tell their story.
Right. Then we went to a place where it's going to be the sensors. Everything has a sensor, mm-hmm. And we went to what would you call it, Tana, the sensor capital of the world?
Probably, yeah. And they're building a gigantic facility, but then they are also building partnership space with other industries.
Right.
And they're going to build the sensors and co-develop sensors for different companies, and there's already been a lot of companies to locate there. That was called ICAMR, ICAMR, and that's just outside of Orlando. And then we went to the Florida Solar Energy group there with the solar panels and a lot of the energy programs and the nanotechnology, and we got to tour that. That was out on the coast near Cape Canaveral.
Yeah, there's sensors for everything. You can put a sensor mm-hmm. on a bridge, and like ADOT, they could put sensors on a bridge, mm-hmm. and these sensors will be able to tell them when the bridge is starting to deteriorate, like if there's cracks or anything.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I love the ones for agriculture. Wasn't that awesome?
Yeah. You can put a sensor out in the field for agriculture, and that sensor can send back to the home base that you're lacking in minerals or water or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah, and they even put them on humans where they can detect if you're pre-stroke and for stuff like that, huh, Tana?
Yeah, they've got some pretty amazing innovations that are coming out of, and then the partnerships with the universities and some of the incubators, and we even went to Siemens and got to tour the big wind turbine.
Yeah, that was cool. We went to Siemens where they make the big turbines, the wind turbines. They're like rocket.
We could probably take them to one of the wind farms out near you, couldn't we?
Yep, yeah, there's several here for sure. Yeah, mm-hmm. No, that was great. Tana, we're going to have to. We're running out of time, but let's talk. Did you get the emails I sent you?
I did, and we'll keep in touch on that, and we'll definitely try to set some firm dates for when we're going to bring the group out. But it's been a pleasure talking to you again, and say hello to Maggie. And
say hello, Maggie. That's Tana. Say hi to Maggie.
Oh, Tana, how are you?
I am great. Happy New Year.
Huh?
She said Happy New Year, Maggie.
Tana, Happy New Year. Miss you.
Well, we miss you too, and we'll see you soon.
Yes. Yeah. Happy New Year.
Thank you. So we'll plan a visit really soon.
Where are you now? In Toronto?
Actually, I'm back in Alabama. Just
got
back about 2 days ago.
Okay. Well, we thought you were in Orlando, but you're close.
Well, yeah, I was actually in the Villages and just north of Orlando for 3 weeks, and just got back to Alabama. So still living in Alabama for now, but hopefully going to be relocating to Florida very soon.
Hey, how far are you from Vicksburg?
6 hours.
How many? 6 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to make a trip over there, and I'll tell you about it when we're offline here.
Sure.
But anyway, I'll let you go. Tell everybody hi, and tell Mina anytime she wants to come on, we like her Finnish voice.
I'll tell her that, and we'll try to get back on with you real soon and when we have some more updates.
Okay. Take care. God bless.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yep, nice lady. Yeah, I thought she was in Orlando, but she gets around. But really, you'll enjoy meeting her.
It sounds interesting.
Yeah, she's the real deal.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yep, she's an awesome lady, and she's been a friend of mine for many years. And we've been on several different things together, and she's very creative.
It'd be good to get her in the studio for a show.
Yeah, we will. Yeah. She's very creative. And in fact, I didn't even know it, but she had her own radio show.
Really?
Yeah, back in the day somewhere. And because she knew exactly what to do when we were in Orlando.
Yeah.
How to set this thing up, and I would have been totally lost without her. But she was Skyping us in.
I think we had her.
Getting the microphones and everything lined up so Kyle could.
All the gentlemen come.
Yeah.
Really organized.
Yeah.
Next one.
Yeah, and so all these guys knew what to do, and I just kind of sat back and told Maggie, just give me another glass of champagne, I'll be okay.
The business partner. What's her name?
Mina.
Also Mina?
Mina.
Oh.
Tana and Mina.
Oh, she's also cool.
Yeah. Mina's the one from Finland.
Yeah, she's speaking
Finnish.
Yeah, Finnish. Yeah. She's also cool.
Yeah, she's really nice.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she's listening, so thanks, Mina, for all the help.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take another short break, and we're going to tee up our last song and wind it down. Okay. That ought to be Trump's song, Get Ready, because here I come.
16 days.
Yes, sir. Things are going to change. And we're going to put a stop to this political correctness, ladies and gentlemen, that's ruining our country. And it's people like this Ray Halbritter, this scumbag, this fake Indian. That's why his new cause is Fake Indian Lives Matter. He gave up on the teams. He can't do it.
Hey, after Trump gets it, that's the only thing he'll have.
That's right. Yeah. So we're going to have T-shirts. Fake Indian Lives Matter. That's going to be the breaking news in 2017, and Maggie's going to sell them in Times Square.
Yes.
We're going to sell it fast.
That's right.
Times Square. What do you mean Times Square?
That's in New York.
Oh.
That's where the Trump Tower is.
Oh. Yeah, we need to go to New York with Dan.
Yeah, Dan. We're going to go with Dan. That's my buddy. I have a friend. Kyle, he's from New York. He lives here, and he has a limousine.
Okay.
And it's a big stretch. And so he's we'll pick you up tonight, Chief. And I said, okay. So he'll pick us up in this big limousine, and we'll go running around Scottsdale here.
That's great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, we're going to go to New York with him.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Him and Barry. Yeah.
Drive all the way in the limousine.
No, we'll take Real Deal Airlines.
It's a little faster.
Yeah, Real Deal Airlines.
That's right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank everybody for listening. Please support our sponsors, and we need new sponsors to keep the show going, and hopefully that'll happen. And don't forget to look at UMate International, HUMATE.com. And if you want to reach out to me, you can find me at info@yellowhorse.us or 602-540-3000. You can call me direct, and we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. And so keep the emails coming. We get a lot of positive response. Also, I'm on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Did you?
Yeah, you followed me. I gave you a follow back.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't even know how to do it. This friends of mine from New York were here, and they were staying up at the Camelback Inn. Mm-hmm. So I was with them almost every night, and so she set up this Instagram thing for me.
Well, it's a great way to reach people.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm on there. It's under Yellow Horse Jones, and then if you go, you'll see the Real Deal under me, I guess. I don't know. And then like it, do whatever you want to do with it.
Just follow it.
Yeah, just follow it. And we'll figure out how to get some pictures up there. But, okay, it's all good. So everybody take care. Love your children, because we are all God's children. And we'll see you next week. But before I go, I want Kyle to tell all our listeners why the ambassador is here.
To kick ass and save names, Ambassador.
I'll see you next week.
Thank you for listening to The Real Deal. Tune in to The Real Deal with the Ambassador and special guest hosts every Wednesday at 5 p.m. and on demand 24/7 right here on Star Worldwide Networks.